And from these numbers it becomes even clearer that we need to address very quickly this dramatic impact of climate change on winter sport and the Winter Games. The future host Commission has already started to address this very concerning situation. This implies deliberations on a rotation system, the composition of the program, the different needs for sports on ice and snow, and many others. And from all of this, you can already see that this is a very complex issue. And we need some more time to address this properly. This cannot be done in the next 6 months or even in the next 12 months. And this is one of the reasons, if not the main reason, why the Future Host Commission is proposing to get the opportunity to propose a double allocation of 2 successive Olympic Winter Games for 2030 and 2034, if all conditions are met, in order to gain this more time to address the dramatic impact of climate change. The IOC gave, following this request, a green light to the Future Host Commission to pursue such a double allocation, and will put this question for further discussion to the IOC session here in Mumbai. The timeline for the further process is that the Future Host Commission to propose to the Executive Board by end of October, November this year to open a targeted dialogue. The IOC then to decide in November about this targeted dialogue with a view to have the election of the host or the hosts at the IOC session in 2024. With regard to the sports program of Los Angeles 28, the IOC had to take 3 different decisions. First, it was about the proposal of the Los Angeles Organizing Committee to introduce 5 new sports, and these 5 sports are baseball, softball, flag football, lacrosse sixes, squash, and cricket. These proposals have been accepted as a package by the IOC Executive Board, taking into consideration that these proposals and these sports are fully in line with the sports culture of our host in 28, with the American sports culture. They will showcase iconic American sports to the world, while bringing at the same time international sports to the United States. The inclusion will, on the other hand, allow the Olympic movement to engage with new athletes and fan communities in the US and globally. The IOC also reviewed the status of the 3 sports that were not part of the initial sports program for LA 2028. With regard to boxing, we are in a situation that after the withdrawal of the recognition of the International Boxing Association, the IOC has no international federation to partner up with regard to the organization of an Olympic tournament, because, at least at this stage, the IOC has not recognized any other governing body for Olympic boxing. Therefore, any decision of the inclusion of boxing in the sports program is put on hold. But I do not get tired to repeat that we want boxing on the program. We have no problem with boxing. We have no problem with the boxers. We have just a huge problem with regard to the governing body. With regard to modern pentathlon, the IOC recommended to the session to include modern pentathlon, acknowledging the replacement of equestrian with obstacle racing and the optimization work conducted by the International Modern Pentathlon Union to reduce costs and complexity and to facilitate access to the sport. There is also worth noting, and to make this clear for all concerned and all interested, without the exchange of riding against obstacle racing, the sport would not have been included in the program. With regard to weightlifting, the Executive Board recommends to the session the inclusion, following the decision of the International Weightlifting Federation to delegate its anti-doping management to the International Testing Agency and its sanctioning to the Court of Arbitration for Sport at least until the end of year 2028, and we could see their really robust anti-doping program in place addressing our concerns. All these proposals will now go to the IOC session here in Mumbai for a vote. Finally, we looked at the discipline program. There are various opportunities to reduce the cost and complexity